Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Foodcaster. I'm Michael Seven. Michael, Foodcaster, having a relationship with food, and a lot of people need to do that. I need to do that. And someone that's already doing that, and she's right here, is Sam. Because Sam eats plants.
I'm mostly doing that.
Thank you, Sam Eats Plants, for joining us. As always, you are awesome. So, during this journey with food, and we always like to do a little segment of rating my fridge.
Yes.
Right. So, I'm going to bring a few things, but before I do not want to forget to give a shout out to this beautiful microphone from Sound Shark. You can go to Sound Shark Audio and check this out. This is amazing. You know that I'm using this in a very creative way, but you could actually do sound like nature.
Oh, cool.
Birds and stuff way across the room.
Oh, wow.
Or across the forest or whatever. So that's pretty cool.
That's excellent.
A certain amount of feet. Maybe not a whole forest. There you go. So, alrighty. So, well, you know what? Let's start out with
please.
Himalayan sea salt.
Yeah. It's good.
Oh, and before, just to give you guys a heads up, we will be talking about natural remedies, especially the season changing. So, a heads up for that. So, yes.
All right. So, salt in this country from somewhere in the middle of the 20th century started becoming iodized.
Right.
Because there was this severe lack of iodine or iodine. It's actually called iodine. Iodine in the American diet, and so they started iodizing the salt to get iodine into our systems. Okay.
Now that's because a lot of people had gout, correct? Was that
No.
What was the disease that we're going through?
Different thyroid issues that were happening with it, right? So they iodize the salt. The only problem is it denatures salt, and the salt isn't as natural, right?
Okay.
So then we have, this one is Himalayan pink salt, but anything that's rough, that's kind of just dehydrated out of nature. So that could be Celtic sea salt. It could mean black salt, which is really nice. So these are not iodized. Now, is there harm in that? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Talk to me.
So it's been long thought, and it's still thought, that when you have thyroid issues, that means you have an iodine issue. That means you need to eat more iodine and possibly iodized salt. Apparently, that's not what the data is beginning to show, though.
Oh.
They're actually showing an increase in those iodized products is further exacerbating some of these thyroid markers. Now, this is really new. It is really interesting, and they're finding this, and so the question is, why? And sometimes I wonder, is there something else that we're eating that's blocking the iodine absorption? And maybe it's not really about what we take in. And maybe if we take in the iodine, but there's something blocking the absorption, so now iodine is in our blood and making some problems. I mean, who knows?
Can you get iodine through other sources?
Yeah, but not a lot of sources. So seaweed has a lot.
Okay.
It's in the seawater. Seaweed has iodine, and other than that, there's trace amounts in some vegetables, like small amounts. But I wonder also how much we actually need, because it seems like when people eat a real foods diet, they are not having iodine problems. But iodine was and is an American issue. So there's still a lot of question marks about it. I'm choosing not to ever eat iodized salt. I don't like it. I think it's not good for us. I don't know, but I'm not sure. I'm not certain. The data is not strong yet. To me, it doesn't make sense to eat processed foods, and iodized salt is a processed food. To me, I'd rather figure out, why were we having this iodine problem? Is there anything we can do in the natural to fix it? So this salt, I think, is delicious.
I do. I don't buy regular salt anymore.
No, you can. Oh my God, so different. And I support this. Just you still don't want to use too much, because salt is still salt.
You do taste the difference.
Yeah, yes, you do. Like I would lick this.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is a fancy product.
It's fancy.
It's basically mostly Himalayan sea salt with some other dried things. So it says tomato, lemon, peel, basil, black pepper, and sage. If you like this, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't use it because I like to control all my ingredients. So I'm not really into pre-mixed stuff. Even my curry, I don't buy curry powder. I buy turmeric and cumin and coriander and clove and cinnamon and nutmeg, all the things that can make different types of curry. But that's just me as a cook. If you like the ratio of how this tastes, have fun. Go at it. Have a party.
What would you recommend to make with this, Miss Cook?
That's a really good question. I was looking at those ingredients and thinking, what do I do with that? If I ate salmon, I'd probably rub it on salmon. But I don't.
Interesting.
So I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Why is this not on? That's interesting. I just noticed that. Now, apple cider vinegar versus fire cider.
So this is specifically raw apple cider vinegar, which is the apple cider vinegar to get if you're going to get it. It is nature's medicine for a lot of things. I would say especially digestive issues. So your stomach hurts, your intestines are cramping. Maybe you just had food poisoning like a day ago and you're still having the remnants of it. Or maybe there's like an ulcer issue happening. Apple cider vinegar, take like a shot of it or 2 shots of it. It is phenomenal. Like for almost instantaneously feeling better. So you can take a shot and then you're good probably for like maybe 20 to 30 minutes later, you're fine. It's amazing. That also being said, this could be used as a face wash. It helps with blemishes and hyperpigmentation.
Oh, really?
Yes, it does.
Putting that on?
Yeah, like washing your face with it, like going like this. Also, for people who want to go super, super natural, this is a great way to condition your hair. So if you wash your hair with baking soda is harsh for some people, or you wash your hair with aloe, and aloe is expensive for some people, but these are people who want to go super natural, right? And that's how you wash your hair. And then you put this in a spritzer bottle with a little water, and you spritz, right, while it's all wet. It's a great conditioner. And your hair does not end up smelling like vinegar. You rinse it out and it doesn't smell like vinegar. This is so great for so many things. Like you can warm it up and add it with like lemon, a little bit of raw honey, maybe some cloves as a real cold remedy. If you feel something coming up, this could be used to help it not become a real cold.
Wow.
Yeah, this should be in everyone's fridge all the time. And it practically doesn't go bad. It should be in the fridge. Some people keep it out. Keeping it out is fine, but the mother on the bottom will grow. And then it just looks gross.
Gotcha.
You're still okay, but it'll grow and grow and grow and just be all like...
Now, what is that, the mother on the bottom?
Bacteria.
Gotcha.
That's good for us. It's good for our gut. It's like excellent for us. So it's good bacteria. But it will just start growing and then you'll be grossed out. Like, oh, gross. So keep it in your fridge and you're basically good for years with this in your fridge. So you might as well just have it.
Okay.
So this is a product. This is a apple cider product. So what this company did was put together things that me personally I would do on my own stove. So, but this is good for like the typical modern person who doesn't want to do all that stuff. They just want to grab something and go, and they want it to be natural and they want it to be healthy. So this is it. 2 years ago, I bought one of they changed, like the ingredients are a little different, but everything in here is like powerful to get a cold out. So let me tell you the ingredients. The main one is apple cider vinegar, because of everything I just said about apple cider vinegar. Honey. All it says is honey, and then that it's organic. It's important for it to be raw. But anyway. Oranges, which I assume is in dried orange peel form. Lemons, which I assume is both juice and lemon peel form. Onions, that's interesting. Ginger, horseradish, garlic, turmeric, habanero pepper, and black pepper. This probably tastes disgusting, and it probably works so well. I can imagine if you take a shot of this, your nose immediately running. Immediately snot is coming out. And which is the job to be done. By the way, speaking about having colds and what to do when you have a cold, if you have a runny nose, don't take something to stop having a runny nose. If you have a cough, unless it hurts, don't take things to stop your cough. These are ways your body gets the cold out. And so when we take cold medicines and we suppress the symptoms, we're keeping the germs in to have a party.
So what am I supposed to do, Sam?
You actually feel things. That's it. Feel it. Feel sick. You'll be sicker in less time though. Oh. So you might be better in 2 or 3 days versus 5 to 7 days.
Because I got a little something. Got a little cough thing going on.
All right, just have a cough thing. Big deal.
Just deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what?
What, Sam?
You know, this is a little philosophical, but I've had these conversations before where I would say, in our culture, we are scared of feeling any type of discomfort in any way, whether it's physical or emotional or psychological. Like we don't want to feel it. We don't want to see it. We don't really want to see what, the results of bombing in other countries. You know, we don't show dead bodies of war in our country. Right. You know, we don't want to be uncomfortable. Right. And since we're talking about being sick, I'll bring it right back to colds. It's the same thing with that. It's the same thing with headaches. Like, just have a headache. Just have the headache. Because what are you going to do? You're going to take that. You're going to poison your liver a little bit more when you take your painkiller. You are not actually solving why you have a headache. Having and feeling the headache helps you try to find a solution to it, which is the real end result you want. Do you have a headache because you haven't slept, because you're dehydrated, because you're stressed, because of your diet? And if you can figure that out, then you solve your headache. If you're just taking a pill to suppress it, enjoy your headache in 3 more days. And enjoy another headache a week later from that because you haven't fixed the problem. Feeling what you're supposed to feel helps you come to that solution because you know what you're feeling. Colds. Your body sneezing, crying, tearing, snotting, even if it's like diarrhea issues, all of that is to help you. And when you take cold medicines, all it does is keep it in there.
Oh my goodness.
Like, your body's like, wait, hold up. I'm trying to help us. And you're like, nah, I don't want that right now. Let me keep doing this. And then I've seen this a lot too. A week later, I don't know why I've been sick for so long. Because you keep taking symptom medications. They don't cure the cold. They just stop the symptoms. But the symptoms is what helps you.
Okay, so I got to show you something now. Hold on a second.
Muestra.
Oh my goodness.
But as you show me, I'm going to say this thing right here in my hand, this looks like it will solve colds. Like, this will get some stuff out. You know, it's also important if you have a cold to eat spicy things. And in this, there's ginger, horseradish, and habanero pepper. Because spicy things make you sweat. And sweating is another way to get the cold out, to get the bacteria out or get the virus out.
Now, a cough is not necessarily a cold, is it? Or is it? It is.
Not necessarily. There could be issues with your lungs. Oh, gross. Did you really give me medicine in front of me? I don't even... what is this?
What is this?
What is this? What is that? I don't know how to break this down. I will tell you there's food dyes in it, which are neurotoxins. So enjoy that. Let's just see. Yes, I didn't even look and I already know. Red number 40 is in here. So,
what?
Glucose, so they add sugar so that it tastes good. Because God forbid we are uncomfortable with how something tastes. Make sure to give sugar in their medicine. Sugar that will make you more sick. Go ahead. High fructose corn syrup is in here too. So they have glucose.
It is?
Both, which means this is mostly sugar. Hold up. Citric acid is the first ingredient, which is preservative. Okay, whatever.
Right.
The food coloring is the second ingredient. Do you know what listen.
I didn't even...
What this is doing? Okay, that's the second ingredient.
Wow.
Third is flavors, which you know aren't natural, which you know then are neurotoxins. Like, I'm just reading down these ingredients. Then it's glucose, glycerin, that makes sense, high fructose corn syrup, menthol, saccharin, sodium, cancer causing, have fun with that.
What?
Sodium benzoate, which is a very chemical preservative. It's also in some sodas and like just some ginger beers, sodium benzoate. Speaking of ginger beers, please look for that ingredient because if it has it, don't buy it.
Which ingredient?
Sodium benzoate.
Okay.
And then water. Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
Hey, water's good.
It's the last ingredient. I'm gonna tell you. You know what? This right here. This doesn't have water.
No, it doesn't.
No, it just has actual food medicinal ingredients. Why would you take this? Let's get that out. I don't want anything to do with that. That's not
bad.
Healthy. It's not healthy. That's not in my house. None of that stuff is in my house. You know what's in my house?
What?
Clove oil, oil of oregano, cinnamon essential oil, like raw honey, apple cider vinegar, teas, like a bunch of different types
All
of
right,
teas.
we need to do a shopping day with Sam.
A medicinal shopping day?
Medicinal shopping day.
Stock your medicine cabinet, but not medicine, but like
Medicine.
Yes. But herbal medicine. You know that herbs are nature's antibiotic? So like basil, cilantro, things like that. You boil them all up, it's like antibacterial. So if you have a bacterial infection and you have no insurance, you can't afford to go to a doctor, boil a bunch of herbs. I mean, it will make your stomach feel funny, but boil a bunch of herbs, you drink it down, and actually could help you. I got rid of my mastitis that way while I was a nursing mother. I had a clogged milk duct, and I got all the symptoms of a real bacterial infection. I was shivering, I was cold, so I had an infection. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. And then a neurologist around me said, hey, just do this. These are antibacterial. And I did it, and I went to sleep, and I woke up, everything was fine.
Wow.
It was like 6 hours.
Wow.
And I know other mothers who have the same thing. Mastitis is very common for working mothers because if you don't nurse enough times, then you can get a clogged milk duct. So it's something that a lot of modern Western mothers will go through because you're not home with your child. You're not home with the baby. Everyone else I knew was on a round of antibiotics for 1 to 2 weeks.
Wow.
I drank that and I was good Tuesday morning. It happened on a Monday. I was good Tuesday morning. So nature gives us our stuff. We just have to have
it on a Monday.
This is so good. Like, I almost want to take this from you. Like turmeric. I want to also break down some of the ingredients in here and why they put them in. Okay. So I already talked about apple cider vinegar. Honey is really for it to taste better.
Okay.
Though honey does have some really good properties, it can help soothe your throat. And if it's raw and very high quality, it can really be a little bit like an antibacterial application as well.
Okay.
Oranges, antibacterial. Lemon, antibacterial, which I think we should all know, which is why they put lemon in like all these cleaning detergents. Very much. This is also why people clean chicken with lemon, because it cleans the bacteria, kind of kills them. Onions, just like garlic, and they have garlic in here too, that will also get viruses out, that gets bacteria out. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory, highly anti-inflammatory. Ginger, highly anti-inflammatory. Habanero pepper will make you sweat, so it can come out, so you can detox the stuff out. And black pepper, which is probably something similar to the habanero pepper. Like, this is great. Why would anyone... Blasphemy that you showed me that other bottle.
Bum, bum, bum. You see, folks, I'm on a journey. And sometimes on your journey, you get a little bump in the road.
Just let yourself be sick. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. I had this goal of not getting sick for an entire year, right? And I decided when I had started to eat better and better that I was going to make it. And I kept falling short. I'd get sick after 10 months. And then time would go on and 10 months again. I'm like, God, I'm just not reaching it. And once it went down to 6 months, I was like, hell no. There's no way that I'm getting sick in a 6-month period. I'm fixing this. Anyway, I just passed my 1 year mark. I finally did it. October 6th last year is when I had last gotten sick. And so now it's been over a year and I'm excited. And people that I know that eat really well, and this is just a rebuttal to your comment about your journey and like things that you're doing and like, you know, this is a step. If you eat well, a lot of times you don't have to deal with being sick. And when you are sick, it's in and out.
Interesting. I used to get sick every other month.
Whoa.
So this little like, it's like, hey, I don't get sick anymore. What is this? So I'm glad that I have you on the show. I'll stay away from that.
Yeah.
Because there's people that know me, people that are close to me, like, dude, wow, what's going on? You know, because even going to this is convention season.
Okay.
Even though there are conventions throughout the year, all the conventions that I'm interested in are pretty much between now and February.
Okay.
And it's interesting because, well, now in March, because you're around people all around the world and from every which way, everyone either touching things, shaking your hand and this and that, and to go through most of this season without a hitch is huge.
Well,
It's huge. But now I was like, hey, I feel a little cough thing. So now I'm like, okay, what's going on?
I'm going to tell you right now what to do.
Okay.
First of all, this is great.
That's great.
It's also very expensive. So
It is.
You can do what you want with that, but you need to everyone needs to have.
Wait, hold on. Everyone needs to have. Yeah.
Echinacea tea at home. It is a immune system booster.
Okay.
And it does so well that you shouldn't drink it regularly.
So don't even do the pill. The echinacea pill.
Well, if you do the pill, understand that there's other ingredients because it has to be in pill form. So
Gotcha.
if you want to be supernatural, you would take the tea.
I want to be supernatural. Hello.
Natural.
Yeah.
Is that a rapper? Or DJ. But echinacea at home helps boost your immune
Now, where can I
system.
buy echinacea tea?
Well, in New York, we're lucky. It's like everywhere.
Oh, really?
You don't have to even just go to like the big, expensive shishi health market. It can be at certain.
You don't have to go to Whole Check.
You don't have to go to Whole Check. The Rasta spots that are like in these areas of Brooklyn, they would have echinacea for sure.
Okay.
For sure. So that one's not hard to find here. I don't know about everyone else, you know, where they can get it. I just know about New York. It's pretty easy.
Echinacea tea.
And like some of the more popular tea brands that are like kind of healthy tea brands that people are probably seeing more and more in regular supermarkets, they will have an echinacea brand.
Now, why did you say real quick,
Yeah.
don't do it too much?
So I think what people don't understand, since we're so used to pharmaceuticals and pills and like, you know, chemical medicines, that they see herbs and food as like mild and weak. A lot of them are not. Echinacea is not weak. You're not going to feel side effects like pills will have, but your liver has to process things and your kidneys have to process things. If echinacea should not be taken more than in 6 weeks' time. For me, I only take it if I feel something might be coming, and I'll just keep drinking it until like that thing is gone.
Okay.
You know, and that's what I do, and that's what I suggest to most people. Don't just drink it because you want to drink an herbal tea. Like this is a real flower. This is like it has some real properties in it, and there's a lot of teas like that too. Like dandelion root, very strong. Shouldn't have it all the time. Angelica root, you need like a liver flush after you have angelica root, like for a reason. Then you need to like detox your liver. Dong Quai, there's a lot, and that could be a whole nother show. But everybody, honestly, get echinacea in your cabinet, no matter how you eat. And if you feel a cold coming on, at least 3 bags a day, and the cold might not ever come. And this is one piece of advice I've given to a lot of people, no matter how they eat, and they'll come to me later and say, "Oh my gosh, it worked."
What about boiling ginger?
It's great. If I really didn't want to get sick and I feel something coming, I'd boil ginger, whole cloves, maybe a cinnamon stick in there, and throw a couple of echinacea bags in there, or holy basil tea, or both.
We're going shopping, folks.
And there's your
Because I got more
medicine.
conventions to go to.
If you want
This-
something that's like a cough, not a cough suppressant, but sometimes if you have a cough and your throat hurts, mullein root, marshmallow root, mullein leaf, marshmallow root, licorice root, those soothe the throat. So there's a lot out there. It's just that we don't have the culture of practicing it. So it seems like, ooh, bear and hippie. And no, some of them grow right here in Central Park. Like, it's just herbs, but they're medicinal. So, yeah, definitely don't take the cough medicine.
It's like, stop it.
No, stop it.
Stop it.
You'll be better for it. And maybe one day you can make a year just like me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Even when running a homeschool cooperative in my 1-bedroom apartment, I still did not get sick in a less than 8-month span. And that's dealing with kids with like snotty noses, you know? Okay.
So when do you mentally say you're sick? Not when you see the symptoms.
Oh, no. When you're sick is when it's like, oh my God, I can't.
Well, I'm not there yet, so we got to fight now.
Yeah, if you fight now, it's easier.
I'm holding on.
It's easier now.
Because I've been going on for months.
Yes.
Months upon months.
I would get echinacea tea today, and make sure you have at least 3 cups of it today, and then do the same thing tomorrow, and like have more shots of this.
Okay.
And
so by the time we do the next show, I could talk junk about it.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Yes. Yes, I'm still just feeling myself because I haven't been sick in over a year. You know what's funny? I'm around other people who are into health, and there's a woman I met who said that she'd been vegan, gluten-free, like both at the same time, for 6 years. And she said within those 6 years, she has not gotten sick.
Wow.
And then there's a guy I love to follow on Instagram. His name is Johnny Juicer. He had a lot of little issues like migraines and things like that. And he went completely raw vegan, but mostly juicing. He juices every day, a lot of green juice. Like, he's really into it. And he's like so fit and everything now. And he has said he hasn't had a cold in 3.5 to 4 years. And he lived in Chicago.
The windy city.
Yeah, and he's eating raw in Chicago. Like, he's eating mangoes in January in Chicago. Wow. And yeah, hasn't been sick since changing her diet. So my point is, there might be a time where this white bottle over there is obsolete because you barely get sick anyway. And when you do get sick, it's like a nothing. Like, you kind of like, something's there and then it's gone.
Yeah, I know several people that are wiped out for a couple days, and I'm like, didn't happen. And I went specifically talking about New York Comic Con, and I went every day. And I'm still kicking. Ready for Anime NYC. All right, give everybody your social media there.
Find me at Sam Eats Plants. I post my fruit that I eat for breakfast and other cool things.
Yeah. Let that come up in there. So you can read the bottom. Some people like to read. Yes, Michael7Michael on Instagram. And of course, you're watching Foodcaster. On Instagram, we are Foodcaster Show. Thank you so much. If you're watching us on Facebook, leave us comments, questions. We can talk about that our next broadcast. If you're watching this on cable, thank you so much. For all the cable information, just go to sevnetwork.com, sevnetwork.com, and all the information will be there. If you want to be on the show, or any of the different shows that we do, just hit us up. And again, Sound Shark, thank you so much for this wonderful microphone. Thank you to our sponsor. And again, the journey. Keep going on. Have a relationship with food. Just don't eat a whole bunch of stuff, and enjoy. And share with friends this information, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Have a good one.